Welcome to the Real Estate Espresso Podcast, your morning shot of what's new in the world of real estate investing. I'm your host, Victor Menasce. Happy first of the month. On the first day of each month, we review the book of the month. In order for a book to be considered worthy of book of the month, it has to meet a very simple criteria. It has to be impactful enough that it will either change your life or your perspective on the world. Now, of course, whether it does or not is entirely up to you. If you consume the book as a piece of entertainment, you're missing the point. But if you read it, internalize it, make it part of you, you have an opportunity at lasting growth. Our book this month is absolutely worthy of being book of the month. The book is called The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. It's not often we get to reflect on timeless lessons. The opening examples in this book draw upon Marcus Aurelius and John D. Rockefeller and General Ulysses Grant. The common characteristics of these three men and many others was an almost fearless approach to obstacles that presented themselves. This book is a reminder that some things remain true no matter what society has going on. The book is based on an ancient Stoic philosophy, as outlined by the author. It focuses on developing a process that allows us to turn these obstacles into opportunities, instead of just viewing them as paralyzing crises. He uses very specific examples like the PGA Tour to illustrate how this philosophy can be put into practice. The book is divided into three sections. Number 1, perception. Number 2, action. And number 3, the will. In perception, Holiday argues it's important to look at the bigger picture and assess the situation objectively. Here he encourages the reader to consider multiple perspectives and eliminate the emotional judgment. See, it's rarely what happens in a situation that drives the emotional response. It's the interpretation of what happened and then in turn the meaning attached to that interpretation. I'll give you a simple example. Let's say that the weather today is snowing and minus 10 degrees. So the interpretation might be that it's bad weather. But in truth, there's no such thing as bad weather. There's no good weather either. There's just weather. Weather is what it is. The meaning attached to the weather, be it bad or good or it's whatever, is of our own creation. It's made up in the human mind. The meaning attached to that bad weather, meaning we're going to waste time because it's going to take longer to get to the destination. In fact, it's so bad, the construction crew probably won't make it to work today, and we're going to lose another 2 days on the construction schedule. See, the fact is, it's just weather. The interpretation and the meaning are not real. They're a human creation, and it's completely disconnected from the reality of what's happening on the ground. Developing the skill to detach the interpretation and the meaning from the reality is vital to gaining control over perspective. The second section, action, dives deeper into the concept of how to transform these obstacles into opportunities. The author draws on practical examples, both personal and professional, that focus on developing the right skills as well as the emotional and mental discipline. He stresses the importance of taking control, setting goals, understanding the situation. Some examples are current and others date back to ancient Greece, like the great orator Demosthenes. The final section of the book, The Will, looks to build upon the previous two sections by developing a strategy that can be applied in any situation. The perspective here is idea-driven, with the reader having the power to exert their will on any scenario with the tools acquired in the previous steps. Hand in hand with Holiday's teachings is the question of how to find inner peace and courage in times of difficulty. He encourages the reader to seek new angles, see the gifts in every obstacle, and make a decision before taking action. It's in this way that the author provides readers with the essential skills to overcome the most difficult of circumstances. The book is written in an engaging, straightforward way, and it's accessible to readers of all types. The main takeaway of the book is that the obstacles in life are in fact the pathway to success, and they should be used as tools to achieve greater heights. For those who often accept challenges as struggles, The Obstacle is the Way is a must-read. It provides actionable steps and advice that can be applied to almost any situation. It's an essential resource for those who want to live a fuller life, find courage, peace, and growth in times of hardship. Throughout the book, I found myself applying the teachings to the obstacles in my life. What to do about that obstinate planner at the city, what to do about higher interest rates, what to do about fill in the blank. But before I could decide on what to do, I need to decide on who I need to be in the matter. How will I frame the obstacle? What context will I allow that obstacle to reside within? By determining those first, the pathway to action and ultimately a solution becomes visible. I reflected upon how obstacles that would have been completely debilitating to me years ago are merely another bump in the road to overcome today. And part of that's training. In fact, a large part of that is the result of mental training of learning to maintain an even keel of perspective when things don't go your way. So many projects that would have seemed doomed at various points in time have a way of sorting themselves out. Not by themselves, by the way, but by taking action, exercising creativity to solve a problem. And that creativity could not be accessible within the confines of anxiety and the associated paralysis that comes with anxiety. Drilling through the obstacles to find the opportunities truly is the way. So as you think about that, go get a copy of The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. Have an awesome rest of your day. Go make some great things happen. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.